Hello everyone, Brachiosaurus227 here, and today we're going to be doing a review of the X-Shot Lock Blaster, one of my new personal favorite blasters. So let's get started. I really can't wait to get my hands on this. It looks like a much higher quality blaster, so let's get this open. Now it does have that, unfortunately have that lock, which we will have to, how does the safety work? Oh, need to unlock it first. So let's get that app out and scan this blaster. So let's see if I can do it with Google Lens or if I'll need the app or not. Alright, you can just go straight to the website. So let's do that. Alright, what code do we got here? Two, 3, 8. 2, 3, 8. Let's see. Does it work? Oh, we gotta do safety. Aha! Oh, that's a very crisp prime. And of course we got the cool animation. So yeah, nice. I'm gonna write that code down so I don't forget it. Alrighty, let's get on with the overview. Starting with the grip. The grip is amazing. Actually one of the best X-Shot grips I've seen. A lot of X-Shot grips are very standard. This one works very, very well with the blaster. The lever is amazing. It's actually way more comfortable than a lot of other levers, sorry. And it has it's much more bigger than something like the Sling Fire or the Scavenger, and it actually works well for that. It's very big and it's easier to operate. Moving on to the cylinder holds 8 rounds, which is really, really good for something like this. The Vagabond only held 6 rounds. This is more like 8 rounds, and this is a lot better than the Vagabond. Of course, you have here the lock system, which I showed you earlier, and the barrel, no in-strike barrel lug. And of course we have a tap reel here, which I'm not sure if it fits Nerf or not. Let's check it out. Right here we have the Modulus ECS-10 scope, and it does not fit either, so it doesn't really work. There is a safety, which I found kind of odd. Like, why do you need a safety for a blaster like this? It's not like, you know, Rival or a Pro Blaster, but still cool to have a safety like that. There is a sling mount here and a sling mount right here. The colors and overall design are really nice. The whole chain look is really neat, and just like all the warning stickers and stuff like that, really neat. I really like the coloration of the blaster, but I wish X-Shot would release more skins of this blaster. I also think the Lock Blaster as a name doesn't work much as well as something else. Like, you know, the Lock and Load would be a much better name, but it doesn't have that name sadly, so it doesn't really work. But it's amazing, and of course you can do all of these really cool tricks, and it just is really fun overall. To operate the blaster, of course, you're going to need the darts. The included darts are actually really nice. They're like these waffle tip darts, very in line with something like Dart Zone. One cool feature the cylinder has is that it can be removed. So if you want to get extra cylinders somehow, X-Shot, please make more cylinders. You can, and you can actually like switch out the cylinders, which is really nice. Although it is somewhat of a challenge to install back in. So it's not a very quick loading system. To load your darts, you just stick them in like any other revolver type blaster. You have to kind of push them down all the way because they don't, it takes a while for them. It's kind of like some of the old Busby blasters where if you don't push the darts down all the way, it doesn't fire as far. You need to make sure the darts are pushed down all the way, which is a slight complaint that I have, but nothing too bad. Like I said before, this blaster holds 8 rounds. Once you load your 8 rounds, you pull the lever, and then you fire. And it fires extremely well. Extremely well. It is extremely accurate, which I really like. So far, this blaster, of course, is amazing. But there's only one real way to find out how good it is, and that is to take it out to the range. Alrighty guys, we're out here with the X-Shot Lock Blaster. It is time to do some range testing. As always, I have half of the included darts and the other half of Dart Zone waffle head darts, since those are pretty much the most common darts, are easiest to get on the market for their price and amount. But you all know that. Let's get with the range test. Holy moly. That's actually pretty good for something like this. It seems to shoot the waffle head darts pretty well. All right, I'm impressed with the range so far. It looks like we're getting kind of 50-ish feet, which is actually pretty decent for what it is. For lever action blasters, it can be kind of harder sometimes to get a higher performance if you want a smooth lever prime, so it makes sense. For 50 feet, it's actually still pretty good and very usable. One thing I'm noticing right away, this is extremely accurate, like extremely accurate. Way more accurate than a lot of other blasters I've seen in a while. So this is amazing, especially for something like this that you can, you know, just kind of use. It's very well balanced and easy to aim and stuff like that, which makes it really, really fun to use and great. But let's check out the ranges. The lowest amount of darts, the last two, are at 45 feet or 46 feet, which is really nice. We have a Dart Zone of one of the included darts and another Dart Zone dart at around 55 and 57 feet. A couple of X-Shot waffle heads at 59 feet, and the last X-Shot dart, from what I can see, at 64 feet. So overall, the performance is actually really, really good. We have really good ranges that are around the 60s and mid 50s, which is pretty decent for what you get. For most blasters like this, cylinder blasters, revolvers, it doesn't get much farther than that, but really, actually, it's pretty good as far as performance goes. So what are my thoughts on the Lock Blaster? I really, really like it. Like, I really like it. It's one of my new favorites, for sure. And it's definitely a new piece for my loadout. I think this may be my new go-to secondary. Either this or the Trilogy are my favorite secondaries to use. One thing I really liked about this, and I think is what's evident, is that this is everything you would want for a gimmicky kind of blaster. This is kind of the perfect blaster to have fun with, to plink around with. And it's also somewhat practical. It has sling mounts. Of course, it has a really good lever that's efficient and fast to use. And it holds a good enough amount of rounds with the ability to switch out the cylinders. I love the locking mechanism. I think it's a really cool idea. It works great, but here's the problem. What if someone, like let's say a grandparent gets this for their kid, they don't realize that this doesn't go with a lock. You have to scan it with a QR code. And then the kid gets in, and it's like they think it's broken. See, they get some confusion leaning into that. But overall, I think it's a cool idea. I think X-Shot should have included like a little slip or something like that, or a little like tag or whatever inside the box with the darts maybe, that tells you the code of the blaster. But that's still okay. That it's still a really cool system. I think some people may not like it as much as others. One thing I do not like at all about this blaster, probably my main complaint, is how hard it is to switch out the cylinder. So you have to press it up, and then you kind of have to move it aside. And then once you do that, to get it in, it's even harder because you kind of have to press this down and kind of push it in. And it gets a little complicated. It can be actually very challenging. Mod potential, I don't know. These types of blasters generally don't have as much mod potential. Cylinder blasters, mod potential wise, they don't have they don't really have, there's not much there. And then you have the whole lever action thing, which I haven't seen that many lever action blaster mods. It's not a common thing, so there may not be as much mod potential, but it's still pretty cool. And there is kits you can get, I think, to upgrade a few things. It has a really good feel to it. It's very fun and satisfying to shoot. It has an extremely smooth prime, which is really nice. It really actually beats out a lot of other blasters like the Scavenger or the Slingfire. It's pretty much the best lever action blaster I think I've gotten my hands on so far, because of just how good it is. Now, I'm sure the slab lever action blaster, which is expensive, which there's a reason I don't have it, is probably much better. But stock, or something you could buy from a store on the market, this is probably your best option for like a lever action blaster. It's pretty practical too. it's a great secondary. You can easily have this on your sling on the side while you're using your main blaster, and I think it will work actually really well. Overall, I give this blaster, even though the con of the cylinder, I'm going to go ahead and give this blaster a 10 out of 10 because it is so fun and easy to use. It is amazingly fun. I just can't help but give it a 10 out of 10. Now, I guess a 9.5 would be a more honest take, but I just really love how this blaster operates. So for now, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for watching. Now, I know one thing that you may have noticed is that, face reveal and all that. And I apologize because I am not too good with cameras yet. I'm not good at looking at the camera. It's really my first time doing it in a video. And it's kind of, I don't know how well it works or how well it's working here. But if it is working and it's doing well, let me know. I'm probably not the best at staying focused on the camera, mainly because this is my first time in front of the camera. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is BrickSource27, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
My junk drawer, my junk drawer. So many things I don't know what they're for, but I won't let it go. No, I will add more useless little things to my junk drawer.